with the help of a scholarship granted by the company where my father works. I had to study hard so I can maintain the scholarship, otherwise my parents would have to shoulder all the tuition and fees. My guiding words that I had always in my mind is my father's own words. Anak, mag-aral ka ng mabuti. At palitan mo yung general manager namin. Very forceful. Who incidentally was also an engineer at that time. Whatever he meant that time, but that actually had always challenged me to do my best. And with God's grace and faith, I was given an opportunity to be hired even before our graduation. And guess what was my first job title? Account manager. O diba, manager pa rin. Sabi ng tatay ko, maging manager ka. Ang sarap pakinggan. But truth to be told, I have to manage the accounts of our company who was involved in broadcast equipment. That was my first job. It was very difficult coming from the province to the Greater Manila, which was a total jungle for me. During that time, I had to rely on printed maps, which I bought from National Bookstore, because Google Maps and Waze was still just a wishful thinking. 1980s. We had to rely on pay telephones to be able to call the office from the field. And during this time, I have to work from Monday to Friday and attend review classes during Saturdays and Sundays. But I was too tired to review even during weekends. So what I did was to write down all the formulas in a Manila paper. Uso pa ba yun, Manila paper? And pasted on the walls of our room, which I have to stare at them before I sleep. The review-less sessions I had was really just to stare at these formulas on the wall. Wala talagang oras mag-review. Licensure examinations were also very different from yours because it was all manual. We have to wait for 6 months for the result, which will be published in the newspaper, unlike today, that it has been released a few days after the exams. Thanks to the engineers who have developed the technologies that we are now enjoying. One thing I learned in this stage of my life was I have to rely on my strength. My strength was I have a photographic memory, where I can easily remember what I have written down on those Manila papers pasted on the walls. That was one of the biggest factors why I passed the licensure exams. Lesson number 1, know your strength and build on it. Your biggest personal strength would be something that comes very easily for you. Take some time and think about what comes naturally for you. It could be anything. It is important to know yourself and your capacities. Your strengths are things you can leverage on, things you can use to push yourself further. On the other hand, your weaknesses are not your downfall. These are areas you need to improve on. It is not something you lack. It is something you need to develop and build. That's lesson number 1. In our life, we have 3 things that we write of ourselves: our resume, our curriculum vitae, and biography. A resume presents a concise picture of your skills and qualifications for a specific position, and a CV includes extensive listing of all professional activities or a full record of your career history, including skills and achievements, either of which you need to build your CV. After my experience with broadcast equipment, I was invited to join a university to start their ECE program. In my limited experience, I took on the challenge. That's where I started building my CV with additional academic degrees and, of course, experience. I remember when I was just on my first few years of teaching, our dean and department chair gave me several tasks to accomplish. But little did I know, they were already observing me on how to handle tasks as well as to be part of the team. Simple, but it seems like organizing an activity and let everyone participate, including those who are my seniors, was an opportunity for me to shine and be discovered. In just 3 years, I was appointed as the Assistant Department Chair of the Electrical and Electronics Engineering Department of that university. I was only 25 years old then, and my faculty members were even twice at my age. That was the start of my management career. I was too young, very idealistic, but I sought a lot of inputs from a mentor who saw me as a potential leader. That is also where I was introduced that I need to be part of a professional organization and be part of quality assurance organizations as volunteer. Life lesson number 2, take on a challenge. Simply accept challenge because that is where you start to grow. Life is full of challenges. Some people seem to meet every challenge with confidence, while others struggle to overcome them. When you get a sense of satisfaction from facing challenges head-on, it brings a sense of accomplishment and can be very fulfilling. On some level, you actually seek challenges. Your highest self wants you to learn and grow, and life's most effective tool towards growth is experience. The problem is that all too often you might find yourself faced with the same challenges over and over again, and that's when you start to lose motivation to face the issue and lose sight of the potential lesson. At that point, challenges can become problems that can spiral you into despair and frustration. As a co-creator of your own reality, you have the ability to overcome these challenges. It is with this sense of responsibility and awareness that you can begin your journey into a higher state of consciousness, where challenges are no longer challenges, but opportunities to get a glimpse of your highest self. Here are some ways to better accept and meet your personal challenge, whatever they may be. 1 is face the challenge. In many cases, this is most often missed. People spend time looking for a way around the issue or wallowing in despair at the enormity of the challenge instead of facing it. Putting a challenge off doesn't make it go away. It is true of big challenges as well as small ones. The most important thing you can do is face what's in front of you head on. Number 2, be present. If you make a practice of facing your challenges even in failure, with full presence and awareness, you will find most challenges are not challenges at all. Instead, life challenges become messages from the universe. Number 3, look at yourself for solutions. Others can help you arrive at your own understanding, but no one ever solves your problems for you. Even in circumstances where someone else is acting as an authority or partner, only you can decide for yourself how you will process the situation. The longer you spend searching for guidance outside of yourself, the longer you spend ignoring the problem. Assess the situation, your resources, and your abilities, and then act. Your action may include enlisting help from others, but it will be your challenge to solve. The sooner you take up the challenge, the quicker it stops being a problem. And number 4 is know yourself. Challenges are opportunities to grow. There is a reason why certain challenges seem hard to you, while others breeze right through the same situations. It's not because they are better than you. It's all about consciousness. Those who face challenging tasks have found a way to avoid seeing those activities as challenges. Some challenges seem enormous and harsh, but if you remain centered and full of awareness, no challenge is too big to meet with power and grace. During my first decade of my career in the academy, another university sought my service, this time to start a new college. So the challenge has grown from a single degree program to multiple degree programs. I saw it as an opportunity to grow, both in my career and of course financially. Siyempre, ipapirate ka ba naman to doblehin ang salary mo? Diba? But of course, before I left the first university, I left a legacy. That the ECE program was recognized by the Commission on Higher Education as a center of development. That was the start of my consciousness on quality assurance, that everything that you must do should be of quality. I also continued my pursuit for higher education, building up further my CV and started to volunteer as an accreditor in both local accreditation organizations and the Commission on Higher Education, and worked with our very own organization, ISEP, or the Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines. Thanks to my classmate, who is our Master of Ceremonies today. He actually, that time, was already an active ISEP officer. He invited me to be part of our organization. And the rest is history. And humbly served ISEP as a 2014 national president. During this time, we, along with the past ISEP presidents, already saw the importance of having career specializations, which we started to see its fruits only now. Blame or thank us later, because I led the committee together with Honorable Rico Del Mora and a few others who have designed the 2017 ECE curriculum that we just completed. I hope you have undergone a track of specialization electives where you can jumpstart your ECE career. Then later join the specialization societies, which our organization ISEP is now spearheading with the guidance of our PRC Career Progression and Specialization Program Committee, led by no less than Honorable Carmino Orbe and the members President Lyle Williams and Engineer Vicente and yours truly. Life lesson number 3, leave a mark, a dent or a legacy whenever you can. A legacy speaks to how you want to be remembered. What impact or difference will you have made? This involves reflecting on your own core values, beliefs, standards, and expectations. It acts as a compass or North Star that both anchors you in the present moment while also guiding and propelling you forward. When you are clear about what you want to be, your behavior and actions allow you to show up accordingly. Everyone has unique gifts and abilities. Your legacy reflects how you use those gifts and abilities to make a difference in the lives of others. Your contribution relates to your purpose, your reason for being, or your buhay. If you have the opportunity to lead later on in your career, make sure that before you can lead others, you must be able to lead yourself. Your legacy as a leader begins on day one, and the story is written page by page, chapter by chapter, with each passing day. A legacy is built over time. Use your time wisely by starting today. Further on, when you decide to have a family of your own, along with your career, find a partner that will support you with all your aspirations. I am so thankful that God gave me a lifetime partner and husband, and he's present here right now, who until today has been very understanding and supported all my endeavors, whether it's career or voluntary work. He has understood me, who I am, and my role in the society other than being a wife and a mother. He was my wind beneath my wings. While my career has been progressing, I have not forgotten that I have a family whom I need to serve to. When I am at home, it's all about home matters. All work matters have to be suspended. We are blessed with 2 children. One is a licensed aeronautical engineer now pursuing his PhD studies in Taiwan, and our youngest holds a commercial pilot license. My secret is work-life balance. That's lesson number 4, work-life balance. Work-life balance is typically defined as the amount of time you spend doing your job versus the amount of time you spend with loved ones or pursuing personal interests and hobbies. When work demands more of your time or attention, you'll have less time to handle your other responsibilities or passions. Many people want to achieve a greater balance between their work and life and their personal life so that work does not take up the vast majority of their time. However, the term itself can be misleading because our careers and personal lives don't always exist in separate spheres. It should be instead called as work-life integration, or the synergistic blending of our personal and professional responsibilities. From this perspective, work is simply one aspect of our lives, which needs to be considered alongside other important concerns, such as our home and family, lives, our community, and our personal being. Rather than resembling a scale with 2 competing sides, work-life integration more resembles a Venn diagram of overlapping interests. That's lesson number 4. And finally, COVID pandemic taught me another lesson. During the last quarter of 2019, I finally decided to retire in the academe and continue with my consultancy. By the way, while I was in the academe, I did not attach myself with industry practice. I have involved myself in small projects, which was a breath of fresh air for me to be dealing with another side of my engineering career. But call it fate. When I finally decided to take my early retirement in January of 2020, lockdown commenced in March of 2020. Sabi ko, Lord, humihingi lang po ako ng konting break. Parang medyo mahaba-haba yata itong binigay mo. Pero thank you pa rin. Because you know what? This paved way to another life lesson to humble down. Because I have nothing at all. No more secretaries to do my stuff. No more directors and employees under me who will take care of all my instructions. It was all me. I thought it was the end of my career, but then again, God has always been very good. He placed me into another group of engineers that I need to lead. This time, we designed a low-cost ventilator for COVID-19 patients, which was funded by the Department of Science and Technology. We successfully produced these ventilators, but because we need clinical trials, we pivoted the design into a mechanical actuator for valve mask ventilation apparatus installed in ambulances. We were able to produce less than 100 units to the DOH ambulances. Again, call it fate, but here I am again with women engineers leading a group of engineers. This inspired me this time to be with the Women Engineers Network, where I now lead and represent the Philippines in the ASEAN Federation of Engineering Organizations. Life lesson number 5, be humble. No matter how high you have reached, there will come a time that peak you have reached will have to slide down. Being humble can build better relationships with your peers. You can do more good because you wanted to do something even unnoticed, and will help your career because humble people are more likely to put a greater emphasis on others' needs and beneficial trait in many. professions. As I continue to write another chapter of my biography, I am now blessed with another project, a very, very new project, this time with USAID. I am now the project leader of the WISER project, a project that promotes engineering as a career in senior high school students and increasing their interest in renewable energies. I do not know what lies ahead of me, but what I truly know is I have learned all of these life lessons that I have shared with you today. I hope as you start your career, do not forget that you are with a community that will need you as an electronics engineer and as a person. Lastly, I am not a fan of quoting one's words, but I have always kept these questions to myself. Have I been a good daughter, an engineer, a wife, and a mother? Well, I have the answers, but allow me to direct the question now to you as your guide. Are you a good son or daughter? Will you be the engineer that we expect you to be? And will you be the best husband or wife, or the best father or mother? Time will answer. Thank you and congratulations.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Imperial. I'm proud to say that our guest speaker is the most outstanding electronics engineer in 2020. For you to get that award, you have to have a very significant accomplishment sa field ng electronics engineering. Okay? So maybe years later, one of you will be the awardee of this award given by Professional Regulation Commission. Palakpakan niyo sa likod. Ano ba maging most outstanding professional outstanding electronics engineer? Para maging become the guest, the OHAS, guest of honor and speaker every time merong OTK. Okay? So, and also I'd like to congratulate Engineer Lito Imperial, her husband. Kaya sabi nga ni Dr. Imperial, leave a mark. Anong naiwan kong mark sa high school siya? Okay, that's office. Every time po na papasok ako, dumataan muna ako sa guidance. Every time na uwi ako, guidance ulit. Pero nagsika po ako, kaya ako nakatayo ngayon dito. Okay? Yeah, that's true. Carwas boy, sa high school, janitor sa college. And I'm proud to say that. Okay, so may I call our guest of honor and speaker to please with the PRB to give the appreciation for Carlos. Presentation of plaque of appreciation. Ma'am, nababasa mo ba daw ito? I think so. Republic of the Philippines, Professional Regulation Commission, Professional Regulatory Board of Electronics Engineering, present this plaque of appreciation to Engineer May Rose C. Imperial for sharing her invaluable time, words of wisdom, and for serving as an instrumental source of inspiration as guest of honor and speaker to our new registered and licensed professional electronics engineers, and electronic technicians during their oath-taking ceremonies. given this 21st day of May 2023 at the Plenary Hall, Philippine International Convention Center, PICC, Ross Boulevard, Pasay City, signed by the Board Chairman, Dr. Alnar Detalya, Member Herminio De Orbe, and Member Enrico Claro Del Moro.